Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. Before we get into it, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. It has been so fucking hot today. I live in California and it was 80 degrees today and it's so fucking humid. And this is my first summer here. So I'm absolutely not used to this type of heat. I've been fucking dying. Today I want to show you guys some of my crystals. And before I do that, I just want to talk a little bit about crystals and why I have them and what they mean to me. I'm a very spiritual person. I was raised by witches. The witchcraft in our family goes back pretty far. The oldest witch that I knew was my great-grandmother, but I know that it does go back past her, so we were all kind of raised with these ideas of witchcraft and spirituality. I guess you would call it like a non-traditional view of the universe. It doesn't feel non-traditional to me. Like Christianity feels non-traditional to me, but anyway, so I was raised by witches and that led me to studying spiritual subjects and looking into things and doing a lot of reading about crystals and the energies they can give off and the properties they can have. My cat's yelling at birds in the window if you can hear him. They may have ways they can influence you, ways they can help you, using them in spell work. So I have amassed many crystals in my 22 years, and I wanted to show you guys some of the more aesthetically pleasing, I guess higher quality, I won't really view it that way, but the more aesthetically pleasing crystals that I have in my collection I'd like to show to you today, if I can get that out. So I have some kind of loose categories we're going to be going through these in because I have quite a bit in front of me. First, we're going to do wands or points. I'll talk a little bit about each crystal as I do so. Some of them I just don't remember. Maybe I'm next to my books. So anything that I don't remember its properties or what it's used for, I'm just going to look up. In this book, I'm choosing this crystal book because it's the first one I grabbed. The first crystal point that I have is this piece of rose quartz. Rose quartz is really good for love, particularly self-love. If you're having confidence issues, it's great to incorporate rose quartz into your self-care routine, whether that be using it to apply face wash, not a piece like this obviously, but using it to help apply face wash, or sleeping with it, or keeping one in your shower, or masturbating with rose quartz is great for self-healing, great for self-love. So there's this piece. Where did I get this? I purchased this with my tax return one year. Not my whole tax return, this was like $14 probably. Rose quartz isn't too expensive. The next wand I have is the next longest wand I have. They're gonna be getting shorter after this. And it's this. This is a piece of clear quartz that has a lot of breakage on the inside. And I actually bought it because I just thought all this breakage in here was so special. It really plays around with light and it's just super like visibly pleasing, super visually stimulating. This is a great piece. Clear quartz is good for magnifying and amplifying energies. It has a cleansing energy within itself. That's like one of its biggest properties, is that it's cleansing. So it's good for boosting or magnifying any energy that you're wanting to see more of. Really useful in spell work, really helpful in manifesting. God, I just love this piece. It's so pretty. The next piece I have is part of a set of 3 pieces. I'll be showing you 2 now, and 1 in a different section. The first piece is this. This is a piece of tourmalated quartz. So what that means is clear quartz was growing, having its moments, and some black tourmaline started to grow. The right conditions arose and it grew right through the quartz. So this is 2 stones. I absolutely love tourmalated quartz. Tourmalated quartz has the properties of black tourmaline and quartz. Black tourmaline is a grounding stone. It is a healing stone. It's great for protection and luck, and it's very useful for rooting yourself to the earth and calming down. It's great for anxiety. It's a great stone to sleep with. And I absolutely adore these pieces. This piece in Ouray, Colorado. We drove up to Ouray for a weekend. So the next piece is the companion piece to that, and it's just a little smaller, little cloudier piece of tourmalated quartz. I absolutely love these. I keep these next to my bed. The next piece I have is a small piece of included quartz. Included quartz is any piece of clear or cloudy quartz that has an inclusion of another plant or mineral in it. So I'm trying to get them to pick up. There are little green inclusions in this one. And there's actually a sister piece to this that my roommate has. The next 2 pieces I have came in a set of 4. The other 2 are off somewhere. They're off somewhere, but they're more of the same, so it's okay to just show you these 2. So the first one I have is a very small moonstone pillar. It doesn't have a lot of the flashes that you would expect from moonstone. So if you're looking at this and you're saying, where are the blue flashes? I'm not really sure what happened with this one. There's kind of one on the bottom, but it's not really picking up for you guys. So I had to look up moonstone in my book because I haven't used moonstone in my practice in quite some time. So I just wanted to make sure I was being accurate. Moonstone attunes us to the flow of time, is good for fertility, progression, and flow. It's great for gaining emotional insight and overall empathy for other people. So if you're having issues in any of those areas, maybe consider some moonstone. So the next stone I have is a stone that there are going to be other examples of, at least one other example, maybe 2 today, but at least one other example of this stone will be shown today, and that stone is labradorite. We all love labradorite. She's beautiful. This one doesn't have very many flashes. This one doesn't have very many flashes, but it's a very beautiful translucent example. Labradorite is great for shedding light on darkness. It's great for inner work. If you are having turmoil around a relationship, platonic or not, wondering, does this person really care about me? Are we really friends? Are we just acting like we're good for each other, but we're truly being toxic? If you're having those kinds of concerns, labradorite is a great stone for clarity. It's great to meditate with. It's great for gaining a deeper understanding of your relationships. And it's a great stone if you are depressed. It can help to bring a lot of clarity forward, and it can help dispel a lot of darkness, a lot of inner turmoil. It is a healing stone. It is a protective stone. It is overall a wonderful stone to have around. I keep labradorite with me in my purse every day. Well, that was all for these. We're gonna move on now to spheres. I only have 3 spheres. I want more spheres. Spheres are great. Spheres are a wonderful shape for your crystals to be in. It promotes flow, it promotes feminine energy. It promotes creativity. The first sphere I have is this sphere. I named her Glenda. This is Cloudy Quartz. And this sphere has a couple of interesting stories with it. This was given to me by my great-grandmother Dorothy when she passed. She owned a metaphysical store. She owned a witchcraft shop in the town I grew up in. And when she passed, this was one of the things in the shop that she wanted left to me. And this crystal actually at one point rolled off of a table. See if I can find the line. I can't, maybe it'll show up. Rolled off of a table when I was in high school, and it actually broke. Maybe you can see. There, you can kind of see the line right there. But it's split in half, completely in half. And a friend of mine just took it home with him and pressed it back together and left it in a bowl of salt with his crystals, and it grew back together. It's one completely solid, seamless sphere these days. But at one time she was in two pieces. Also with this crystal, I have a clear quartz stand that the same grandmother gave to me with it. So it sits like this in my window. The next stone I have is the third part of a 3-part little set that I showed earlier, and it is a tourmalated quartz sphere. I absolutely adore these stones. When I saw this set of 3 in that shop in Uray, there were actually more tourmalated quartz in there, but this set of 3 really spoke to me. They're just so beautiful. Maybe I'll cut in some B-roll of them all sitting right here in light, because they are absolutely gorgeous all together, especially when they're getting hit by the sun or the moon. Gorgeous stones. The next stone I have 2 pieces of, and it's one of my favorite stones. I tried looking it up in the books I have, and it's not in any of these books, and I don't remember what it's called. Some people call them dragon eggs. They hail from Madagascar. These are stones of magic and adventure. These are stones of travel, philosophy, and insight. These are great for the journeys you take in your life. These are great for times when you're looking to change things up or do something new. So that is it for spheres. Oh shit, no. There's one more sphere. This piece of optical calcite sits behind me every time I film. It's broken. This one did not grow back together. Unfortunately, I tried really, really hard to get this to grow back together. Actually, the way it sits in here is, in this candle holder, is another attempt to get it to grow back together. This is the first piece of optical calcite I'll be showing you. I do have more. Optical calcite is great for seeing into other dimensions. It's great for seeing the truth. It's great for seeing from a different perspective. Pretty much anytime you want to change the way you're viewing things, optical calcite is there for you. It's a stone that's associated with higher chakras. While we're on that, the next thing I want to show you is another piece of optical calcite. I actually have 3 pieces of optical calcite. I'm just going to show you right now to keep them all in one section. This one is also split in half. This one is so beautiful. This one has a rainbow flash in there. Oh, good. Wow, I'm glad that's coming up on camera. So this one has that rainbow flash, but also special about it is right here, it is kind of a little crystally texture. It's very shimmery. Let's see. And this piece also has more rainbow flashes in it. If I can get them to show up on camera, you're kind of not seeing also how crystally this is. This is very sparkly in person, this whole side. The next piece I have is, I believe this is my first piece of black tourmaline, and all of these I purchased for myself in various places in the town I used to live in. This is more of your standard cut. They usually come in like a parallelogram like this, because this is how they grow pretty much. I mean, you'll see I have a rawer example that I will be showing you, not right now, but soon. So here's my last piece. Ooh, you can really see the rainbow flash on this one. Isn't that gorgeous? And this one's actually quality enough you can look through it. So if you wanted to use a stone for discernment, I would definitely think about optical calcite. So the next stone I have actually ties the next two categories of stones I have together. It's one of my absolute favorite stones. I keep it in my bathroom on a shelf. This stone really lights up my day. I look at it every day. I pay attention to it every day. And it is this piece of amethyst with optical calcite growing on it. I love this little cave. There's a piece of optical calcite growing in there too. The top. And the back looks like this. It has some agate in there, along with the amethyst and calcite, on top of the base stone, which is just a sandstone that it grew on. Amethyst and optical calcite and agate all love sandstone. They all live to grow around sandstone. So anywhere you find sandstone, you may be able to find these types of crystals. I purchased this. I did not find this. I'm actually not showing any stones that I found or hunted today. I do have a few hundred stones actually that I personally went out into the forest and found, or that friends of mine have found. I have one stone I'm showing today that someone I know found. But if you want a video of all those crystals that I found, and I'm sure I would include pictures of the forests where I found them, talk about it down in the comments. But amethyst is a really powerful healing stone. Amethyst is purple, so it works with your crown chakra. So that's some kind of higher healing, some higher insight. And that's mostly what I would recommend amethyst for, really, is healing, emotional healing, physical healing. If you're having a lot of sickness, try having amethyst around to support you in your healing. If you are someone of wealth, I suggest donating larger pieces of amethysts to hospitals. Amethyst is all around great for healing. Look at that. That's so fucking art in there. Sploosh. Let's get right into it. Wasn't even looking. I wasn't even looking at the fucking camera.